Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 19, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, sister remains hopeful months after elderly woman vanished at a church convention. 4 months after 61-year-old St. James resident Joyce Ferron went missing during a church trip in Christiana, Manchester, her sister Nerissa Castles is holding fast to hope of the senior citizen's eventual return. There is still no news, but I won't give up hope. I am keeping it alive until I find her or her body. Something has to give a break in this, and nobody is going to stay silent forever. Somebody must have seen something, Castles told the news on Thursday. Ferron, a resident of Barrett Oval in Montego Bay, went missing on Heroes Day, October 16, 2023, while reportedly accompanying a group from the Faith Temple Assembly of God, of which she was a member and which is also based in Montego Bay. The group was attending a women's convention held in Christiana, Manchester at the time. The missing woman, who also goes by the name Maxine, is described as being 5 feet 3 inches tall and about 190 pounds with low-cut white hair. At the time of her disappearance, she was clad in a white blouse and a red skirt and had reportedly left her personal belongings behind at the venue. Castle suggested that her sister's personality shift, caused after having suffered 2 strokes in the year before her disappearance, may have played a role in her wandering away from her church group. Since she got the last stroke, she was very feisty. The lady who would do her laundry and take care of her clothes, she would say to her, "Miss Joyce, that dress has a spot. Don't wear it." And she would just kiss her teeth, fan her off, and walk off. If she has that attitude, they don't want to pay her any mind, although persons know that she has been through the stroke. But that wasn't her. That's what they should look at, said Castles. In outlining the family's efforts to find her sister, to date, Castles said that one possible lead fizzled after the individual requested a reward for his alleged information. When she just disappeared, this guy had messaged me that someone picked her up in a car and he had her at his house. But then when we were talking, the person was not giving me much information. So I told my cousin to trace where he is. The cousin called the man and he made a big excitement out of it. And I didn't hear from him again, said Castles. A reward wasn't being offered as such, but at the end the person was asking what's in it for him. I was like, if I get her back, everything will be for you. But I guess he took it the wrong way, and then he talked about how he didn't want to get mixed up in it. Because I love my sister, I would grab at any straw, Castles added. It is also understood that analysis of video footage from Albertown, Trelawney, to verify reports that Ferron may have been spotted in that community failed to provide any meaningful information as to the senior citizen's location. The Christiana police station in Manchester, where the disappearance was reported, indicated that there was no update on the case. Anyone who may have information leading to the return of Joyce Ferron is being asked to call her sister Nerissa Castles at 876-324-9259, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Father of crash victim had warned him not to go out. It was a somber atmosphere at the Falmouth Trelawney home of 25-year-old Jason Reed, one of 4 men who died in a 2-vehicle crash in the parish early Sunday morning, as his relatives sought to rein in their emotions hours after his untimely passing. Reed, a lifeguard by profession, died along with a 23-year-old fisherman Kimani Thompson and a 24-year-old photographer Andre Gonzalez, also of Falmouth addresses, and the 24-year-old Marco Williams of Pimento Walk in Oteria, St. Anne, when the Toyota Mark X motorcar they were traveling in collided with an Audi Q3 motorcar at the intersection of the Danieltown Main Road and the North Coast Highway in Trelawney. The news spoke with Reed's father, Junior Reed, who tried to maintain his composure as he recounted getting the fateful call about the crash that would claim his son's life. "Me dey home in the before day, and we get a call say accident out of the stoplight, and Jason in the accident. We rushed go over the hospital and the doctors were dealing with him, but him did have internal bleeding," the senior Reed outlined. "They hook him up and him did a breathe and everything, and they must suck out the blood that full up his mouth. They were going to transfer him to a hospital in Montego Bay, but he never made it," Reed added. According to police reports, sometime around 2:32 a.m. on Sunday morning, Reed, Thompson, Gonzalez, and Williams were traveling in the Toyota Mark X towards Falmouth when the car collided with the Audi Q3, which was traveling in the opposite direction. The injured persons were rushed to hospital, where Reed, Thompson, Gonzalez, and Williams were later pronounced dead, and the other two persons, a man and a woman, were admitted in stable condition. Up to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, remnants of the crash's impact could still be seen at the intersection, with skid marks, a damaged guardrail, and dislodged motor vehicle parts, telling the tale of what had transpired hours earlier. The visible damage matched the previous report from Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, the head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces, Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, indicating that the Mark X crashed into the guardrails along the roadway and sustained significant damage. The nature of the damage would suggest that the speed was above 50 kilometers per hour, so the investigation as well as the reconstruction of the crash will determine the exact range or specific speeds of the vehicles, McKenzie told the news at the time, adding that the speed limit heading towards the intersection is about 50 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, in a bitter twist of irony, Junior Reed recalled how just one day before his son's tragic end, he had warned Jason not to go out to places unnecessarily. "It's Saturday me talk to him. Yesterday morning I see him when him leave out to go work. Me Allah tell him, when you come back from work, no care who call you, no left the yard go back out. When you leave work, go where you go and come back," the elder Reed recalled. "Nobody never know say him leave because we check say him did inside. Him dey him yard every night and him will only go out with friends go party. It was supposed to be a party them was coming from, some club or something, at the time of the accident," he added. At present, the father said the rest of the family is still coming to grips with the death of Jason, who was the second of 8 children for his parents. "Them a go and hold them tension, the mother not take it so well, but everybody else a hold them tension," said Reed. "Jason was cool, quiet and everything, and him friendly and everything, and him was into water sports." Thieves are giving champion farmer sleepless nights. Andres Esser came back strongly this year and took the Champion Farmer Award at Hague Agricultural Show. It is the second year in a row he has emerged the winner, even though thieves stole 3 of his cows the night before last year's show, and he is always haunted by the fear that they will strike again. "Sleepless nights, it affect me to the point of where I sleep so lightly that even if I hear the door open, I jump out of my sleep, because you get so paranoid about the fact that you just don't want to lose," Esser told the news at Hague on Wednesday. I've suffered about 12 cows they stole from me last year. I was supposed to come to Hague show last year, and they stole 3 cows one night, the day before Hague," he lamented. Predial larceny has long plagued the agriculture sector. According to ministry estimates, farmers lost about $8 billion to thieves in 2023 alone. Last year, the Agricultural Produce Act was amended to include longer jail times and the fines for individuals found guilty of preying on farmers. The fines now go up to $3 million or up to 3 years imprisonment. On Wednesday, Esser said that while he welcomes the move, even harsher punishment is needed. "It needs longer penalties. When thieves know that they're going to get 5 or 10 years, then they're not going to do that," he argued. He suggested that innovative methods be used to combat theft within the industry. "Them needed to take a deeper look, maybe like some drones or some satellite that thieves not expecting to point out where you see something, and they don't know if it is you it's watching or what it is capable of doing," Esser stated. The use of drone technology to fight predial larceny has been employed since at least 2016, but its effectiveness is still being assessed. In the meantime, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green has indicated that the goal is to expand the fleet of vehicles used to curb theft. "You would have seen that last year we took some steps to increase the penalties for predial larceny, and I am pleased to advise that this year we're going to be providing about 33 vehicles through the government of Japan to our predial larceny units across Jamaica so that we can have more vehicles on the ground," he assured in his address during the Hague show's opening ceremony. However, Esser is not convinced that this will help. "I don't think that is going to help much, because they already have the police patrolling. But remember, if the criminals see the police, they are not going to be walking around with a gun in them hand. and say, "Police, see me here." They have their scout and their little lookout on bike and bicycle who tell them that police just pass or whatever it is, he pointed out. However, he tried to focus on the positives, like being named the champion farmer for 2 years in a row. "This year I'm overjoyed, and you see the work that I've put in. Just look at the goat that I brought and it won first place," he said proudly, showing off his 2.5-year-old purebred boar who took home the blue ribbon following the judge's assessment. Esther said dedication made it happen. "Hard work does pay off because it wasn't an easy task getting him in this condition for this event. Fed him 4 times for the day, grains, hay, bread nut, alfalfa, and different types of feed. So it's a mixture of diet each day," he explained.